Name is Cindy. Thank you for coming to this video. It is a beautiful day. The sky is blue. I don't think you can tell on this. Blue skies. So yesterday I talked a little bit about the space people, the astronauts that went up into space, and I learned a little bit more about them because it was just really hard for me to understand how they could go up into space and how they could be, plan for 8 days and then go for 9 months, almost 10 months. So I did actually watch a couple videos because I am busy and I didn't really read a book about it or anything like that. Can you turn that down, please? So I learned that the two astronauts that went up were Sonny Williams, I believe, and Butch, I think it's Whitmore, something like that. And they went up for an 8-day mission to the space station, which I'm not exactly sure where it is. Oh, wow, look at the moon. So the sky is completely blue, but we can see the moon. That is really cool. So I have Evan with me. Evan, would you hold that up so I can get a picture of the moon? Turn it around, yeah. So that is really cool. So it's not full moon today, but what do you call that? Do you know what you call that, Evan? When it's partially, it goes from a full moon to a partial piece of the moon. Do you know? It's called the waning gibbous. So when it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, it's a when it goes to from the full moon to the partial, it's called the waning because it's getting smaller. So that's really cool. So welcome to spring. And it's still a little cold today in the 30s, and it's supposed to be upper 50s today. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about the space people. And I didn't even realize when I was talking about it that they were due to come back yesterday. And so they came back yesterday, and they came from the space station. So from what I can understand, they were in the space station, and I guess travelers were able to go and bring them supplies. They said they could exercise. They said they had a lot to do. Like, they were really busy. They were working the whole time. And I saw a interview this morning that talked about the astronauts and how they prepared for this thing. And I thought it was interesting that, they had to prepare a lifetime for something like this. And I can't imagine the mental preparation that goes into something like this. So thank you guys for coming. I'm talking about the space people and the aliens. They're actually not aliens. They're humans going up into space, and they came back yesterday. Sonny and Butch. So they finally made it back, and I learned that they had been in the military, very trained people, obviously. I mean, nobody's going to be an astronaut going to space, hopefully, without tons of training. But it kind of makes me think about, real life situations and how we have to prepare for things. We seems like we go every day, follow a routine, but we should always be preparing for something. We should always be preparing for a moment of difficulty that we may not want to face, but we're going to have to someday. I'm thinking about Friday. I'm going to be taking a CPR class for my school that's required for the teachers. and, preparing if something were to go wrong with a student, that we would have people ready to step in, or preparing for, I watched a situation. Hey, thank you for coming. I watched a situation in, shoot, can't remember where it was. I think Wisconsin. There was a situation where there was a fire that was started, and it turned out this guy was being held hostage by his stepmother for 20 years, from the time he was like 12, and he was held hostage for 20 years. And so I saw that story, and the fireman who was talking said that they spend 90% of their time preparing for, those 10% situations. So, in all things, we need to make preparations, and that was a really good lesson. But these astronauts, they had prepared a lifetime. The woman, Sunny, she had done a lot of things, experience, and I guess she is the woman who has spent the most time in space, that has ever lived. So good for her. I hope she is okay. I saw a documentary that said the like for every month you stay in space, it affects your bones, and because you don't have gravity, your body actually expands. So then when you come back, your spine and everything has to go back into place. And lots of things can go wrong health wise. For them to come down to space and to get out of that ship safely was a miracle. And so I said yesterday I was kind of skeptical that it was actually real. And, you know, it is kind of like, we don't understand. So if you don't understand something, it doesn't seem real, right? I can watch it on TV. I mean, I could probably act out a story like that, but it seems like it's real. And so I guess we'll go ahead and trust that it is, and look forward to stories from those two astronauts as they come down to Earth. They, you know, do whatever they need to do to get acclimated back to Earth. I was thinking about when I go roller skating, I'm roller skating on my roller skates, and you might skate for like 2 hours, and then when you're done, it's weird when you start walking. I imagine it's kind of like that, but they've been in space for 9 months. Your body would get used to that, and then you have to come back down to gravity. That it would take some time to get back used to gravity. So that's a really awesome story for today, that the space station people have come down to Earth, and there is talk that they're going to actually close the space. Um, they want to close it down, but Elon Musk wants to go to Mars. I'm really not interested in going to Mars. I don't really understand the fascination with going to another planet, but some people think it's really important to be able to go to another planet. I think we should kind of figure out how to live peacefully on this planet, but that's just me. And I feel like people are going to get hurt in that process. Like, it sounds exciting, but we already had the Space Challenger. 1985, the Challenger exploded with a New Hampshire teacher on board. I mean, they did this huge campaign for a teacher who would go in. We have our own teacher from Concord. Now, when I go up to Concord, there's a big statue, and there's also a painting of her on one of the walls. So she is a very well remembered teacher from Concord. There's even a planetarium named after Krista McCullough. So she has not been forgotten, but people are going to get hurt in the process, and I guess that's the risk you take. And people that love science are willing to do that, but it's sad, they put in all that work, that time, effort, and then poof, they're gone. So I guess I'm not a huge lover of space exploration, but some people think it's kind of important that we can go to Mars and we can do all kinds of study and everything like that. But I think there's a lot of study we need to do here on Earth, like how to make kids smarter, how to be more productive instead of destructive. Why do people want to be so destructive? I heard that there were people trying to destroy Tesla and Tesla construction companies and all kinds of things like that because they don't like Elon Musk because he's trying to expose wasteful spending. Hello, Kathy. So why are people so destructive? Why can't they be creative? I mean, I love to crochet. I love to knit. I like to make things. I love art. People that can do art. My friend Cherie Burlington, she loves art. She's amazing. I want to get back together with her because, and her videos are like so popular. She's been doing YouTube maybe 2 months, and I think she's already monetized. I still need 1,400 hours of watch time. So she's just doing amazing. I love art. People that spend time with art, people that spend time helping other people. There's so many things that we can do that are good in this world. I don't understand why so much time and effort is spent on destruction and hurting people and everything else like that. So I think that, yeah, we need to change our mindset in this country. What could we do? It seems like we've done it all, but there's always something new coming out. And we should go for it, go forward, learning new things and being excited about life instead of trying to be jealous and hurt people and destroy people and do whatever you want for money and all that stuff. It's just so ridiculous. So this morning, the sky is gorgeous. It is blue skies today. The sun is shining. It's supposed to be in the upper 50s. And a little tiny bit of green is poking out, but not quite yet. I don't know where you guys are from. Go ahead and post in the comments. I'm from New Hampshire, and the seasons are very distinct in New Hampshire. We're just barely finishing up with winter, but I also heard that there's snow projected or predicted for Monday. So last Monday, they were supposed to do ski club, and it got canceled because we had tons of rain. And next Monday, it's supposed to be snow. Crazy. New Hampshire. I always say, if you don't like the weather, just wait a minute. So that's how New Hampshire is. And as we're driving to school, I have a 40-minute drive about, and I'm just plugging along. This is a pretty straight highway here, not a ton of traffic. This is a 4 lanes, and this is kind of a new highway in the last 25 years. It used to be New Hampshire's all these little towns, and they're connected by little kind of not interstate, but routes, you know, county routes, and you would just go from one town to the other, kind of through the town. And so they made this interstate right on the outskirts of all of the towns so you can get there faster. So from my house to where the school is 25 years ago would probably take, I don't know, an hour probably, because you'd have to be driving some curvy roads and stuff. So this road really makes it so you can get to town a lot quicker, a lot faster. And it's 1, 2, 3, 5 lanes right here where I'm at, which is pretty good. It does get backed up sometimes, like on a Friday night if people are going north, or because going north, you've got lakes, you've got mountains, you've got country camps. People have camps up north in the mountains. We went camping last year in June. I want to do that again. I might check into that. I want to go up there. We went up in June when our school gets out sooner than the public school. So we went up to a campground with a big, huge pool, and that was really fun. That's in the mountains. There's also things you can do, like you can do hikes or you can drive around and enjoy the scenery. And it's just a really nice, quiet place to go. And they do have internet, but you have to go to a certain location where they have like a game, like they have like a pavilion, and you can go and hook up to the internet there. So last summer I had some students that were, you know, I was teaching online, so I go up there to do my classes. But when you're back at your tent or back at your campsite, there was no internet. So it kind of forced you to be low internet for the week. And so, yeah, so thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it. And I hope you have a great day. I'm going to be teaching today. I'm going to be teaching math. I have geometry, algebra 1, 7th grade, and 8th grade math. So I'll be doing that today. And it's Wednesday, so it's midweek. Midweek, tomorrow, I go to the State House, and Friday, I have a first aid class. We have like a teacher's work day that day. What do they call that? Professional development. So that's what we're going to do for professional development this week. Anyway, well, thank you so much for coming. The sun is shining. It's really pretty. You can see the blue skies there. And so that'll be good because we have little breaks. The kids can go outside and kind of run around and get some exercise and fresh air. So thank you for coming, and let me know in the comments what you think about the SpaceX and the astronauts, and if you are keeping in touch with that situation, and what do you think about it? Do you want us to go to Mars? Are you interested in going to Mars? Do you love science? And remember that verse that says, oh, I can't even think of the beginning of it. The firmament shows his handiwork. You know, we have the handiwork of God all around us. And it's because of the properties of our Earth that people can even go into space. They can predict what the gravitational pull is. They can count on certain properties, scientific things that stay the same, you know, and that's what allows scientists to continue trying new things, because they know that some things are always going to be the way they are. And that's God. That's where God is seen, because God is the one who holds it all together. We can't explain it. We can't see it. But we know it's there, and we can see the effects of his power all around us on this earth. So thank you for coming, and I appreciate your support. Thank you for the thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. And I hope to see you again soon. Have a great day.